This past weekend, on the 29th of March in Las Vegas, Nevada, Top Rank put on a show which featured Michaela Mayer defending her WBO welterweight title against Sandy Ryan, female welterweight championship fight. That was the headliner of the card. On the undercard, the co-main event was the men's WBO champion Bryan Norman defending his title against Derrieck Cuevas. I'm not sure why Bryan Norman was the undercard and Michaela Mayer was the main event, but that's how it was advertised and that's how it was presented. But nevertheless, Bryan Norman defended his title with a third round technical knockout of Derrieck Cuevas. He got rocked in the first round, to be fair to you, did Bryan Norman. With some lazy defending, to be fair. He was just lazy in his defense. But he made up for it and got Derrieck Cuevas out of there in the third round. And after this, he was crying out for the fights that he's supposed to be having, which is a unification fight. He says he wants one of these unification fights. We all know what happened with him and Jaron Boots Ennis last year sometime, where he was supposed to get that fight and he messed it up by talking all these numbers situations, talking about the payment wasn't enough. Now, I'm sure for this title defense that he had on the undercard of Michaela Mayer versus Sandy Ryan, he was on her undercard. I'm sure he didn't get upwards of $100,000 for that fight. These times, Eddie Hearn and Matchroom were offering him over $1 million for the unification fight that he turned down. Now Boots is going to fight Stan Leonis. That fight will happen soon. And with them two fighting and making that unification fight happen, I can see Boots winning that fight, in all honesty. So then it will be a return to the other champions such as Mario Barrios and this Bryan Norman character. Bryan Norman Jr. defends his title. To be fair to you, I didn't see anything in there that impressed me greatly about Bryan Norman, but he done the job and he can only do what's necessary of him in terms of taking out the competition that's in front of him. Let's see how he goes about calling for this title fight with Jaron Boots Ennis, or will he himself go after Mario Barrios and try himself to become a unified champion and bring that to the table against Jaron Boots Ennis? Time will tell. I'm looking forward to see what happens. But congratulations to Bryan Norman getting his fight out of the way and winning in emphatic fashion. TKO stoppage of Derrieck Cuevas. Onwards and upwards. Let's see what happens next. We'll talk about this more as Boots has his fight with Stan Leonis. We can come back to this situation. But as of now, I will see you guys in the next video.